We are now standing on the western slope of Oak Ridge, what is now Doubleday Avenue. Now, when the Park Service put in that road, they flattened the crest of Oak Ridge, but at the time of the battle, there was a rise where you are standing, with a stone wall running across its crest. It was all shrouded in a copse of trees. Now, behind that stone wall and hidden in those trees were the 1,400 men of Baxter's Brigade of the 1st Corps of the Army of the Potomac. Now, these men from Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts were lying in wait for the 1,300 North Carolinians of Iverson's brigade that were marching in perfect battle order across this field. Now, Iverson was not leading this attack in, nor had his men been able to put out skirmishers before moving forward. So all they knew was that they were marching towards whatever Union forces had just repulsed O'Neill's Alabamians off to their left flank. Now, they march up to within about 50 yards of Baxter's concealed men, and they're hit with one of the most horrendous and notable volleys in the entire Civil War. One man passing by after this first day's battle was done, a Confederate artilleryman by the name of Henry Berkeley, recalled that he found 79 North Carolinians lying dead in a straight line. He stood on their right and looked down their line. It was perfectly dressed. 3 had fallen to the front, the rest had fallen backwards. Yet the feet of all these dead men were in a perfectly straight line. One volley completely crippled Iverson's brigade. Were they unable to move forward and unable to move back, they hugged whatever ground they could here in the middle, in this slight swale that I'm standing in, and they continued to take fire. Very quickly, they threw up white handkerchiefs or anything else they had to signify that they were surrendering, and some of Baxter's men leapt forward and started gathering up prisoners and battle flags. The 5th, 20th, and 23rd North Carolina all lost their battle flags at the spot. Now, even though the greater outcome of the Battle of Gettysburg on the first day had not been changed, ultimately the Union 1st and 11th Corps would be forced back through the town and everything would turn into a rout. Baxter's men had been able to completely devastate Iverson's brigade and took over 300 prisoners. Ultimately, they dealt 65% damage to Iverson's men. So 2 out of every 3 North Carolinians that stepped onto this field did not step off in the same direction they'd come. This is a horrifying toll. After the engagement here on Oak Ridge, almost 200 of Iverson's men would be buried in shallow pits behind where I'm standing. Now, after the war, a concerted effort was made to exhume as many of them as possible to take them back home to Southern cemeteries. But despite best efforts, some of them may still be here.